Minute and a half, but I can shorten it if you want. All right. Okay, I can do 45 seconds. 20 seconds. More time. All right, give you another 30. 20 seconds.
Oh, there it is. Check, check, check. Yay, there we go. Now we're on. Okay, all right. So yeah, go for it. Sorry, people. We're on our
Oh,
behind the scenes. Had a couple weird stuff happening, but it's okay. It'll happen. It'll make for a
two
good show.
seconds.
All right, thanks. That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. How's your day on this beautiful day? It is a lot of going on around the world, of course. Let's focus on stuff that is important and ever breaking, of course. Jesse, quick question. How you doing over there?
Good morning. I'm doing fabulous.
Good.
Well, I can complain, but there's not really anything to complain about.
Yeah, exactly. I like that because unfortunately, look, stuff is going on in the world. It is what it is, but coronavirus is still existing. It's still stuff that we gotta, push forward. And thank God we have life, right? Thank God we actually have the ability to do what we can do for other people, think about others, and never be the guy in the room that tries to take out everybody. Because those people still exist, and it's just hopefully gonna never be existing in one way or another. But look, long story short, I love you guys. I think you guys all are amazing, and everybody, we just got to push forward no matter what. Sometimes people get, in their heads a little bit too much to where they think things are going to go really bad for themselves. You ever have those moments, Jesse?
I have those sometimes, but I try not to keep those thoughts in my head.
Yeah. And you ever wonder what moves you forward or moves you like past that moment of just either just, sometimes you think things are going really bad and they're going to go bad forever. Like, let's say there's a sudden disaster, right? And you're like, oh no, how do you move forward? You don't just lay down and go, okay, well, let it just take over me, right?
Yeah, you never want to do that. Never give up.
Yeah, I had a couple moments like that yesterday. I felt as though, there were certain things that just come up. I'm like, man, this is just it. Nothing's ever going to move forward. Things are just going to, and the way I felt that way, I was, it was just a circumstance that came up. And I thought, you know what? It wasn't about moving forward. I always know things are always move forward for everybody. What I felt though was a moment of just like sadness, a sadness of how do you move forward on something that would seem like it wouldn't go really good. And you just go, okay, it's all right. We have a new day. Thank God we have new days every single time, right? To be able to
Yep.
say, okay, let's see how I can make it better the next day or the next day after that. I mean, unless you're in prison or you're a prisoner of stupidity of your own stuff, which unfortunately, true master criminal minds and all those do belong behind bars, right? And like, but even them, the majority of them at least, unless you deserve the death penalty, because I do believe in capital punishment. I don't know about you, but a lot of people are wondering what's going on in the world. So are you that person that's going to bring about destruction for others? Are you the one that's going to, hit the button, hit a switch and say, oh, I get to survive, but nobody else gets to survive? I think there's people in the world that if they had like an escape pod, they would take an escape pod and just leave, right?
Oh yeah, I have no doubt. I mean, I would like to leave, go to some place that you don't have people angry at each other because some people are lighter or darker.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And speak more on that actually.
Oh, yeah, it's. I'm just tired of just everyone comparing. It's like, oh, you're light skinned. Oh, you're dark skinned. It's just like, okay, no matter what color your skin is, when you bleed, it's red.
Thank you. Exactly. That's I and the reality is people don't understand that. They really don't. At the end of the day, you got to think, okay, all the people here on this earth, you are all worst case scenario, uh gonna have to take care of each other no matter what, right? Some of us do move on. I understand that, but life still moves forward no matter what. Okay, that's always existing. All right, life moves on no matter what, and it has to. There's so many different theories about afterlife, and in visions, and people meditate and people think things. But the reality is, thank God, there's always life that moves forward in whatever life you're in, right? So
Yep.
just remember that. Always focus on that, and be positive about that, because the life we live, and the world that we live in, my goodness, when we get to live it properly, sometimes people think about afterlife. They think about, some people even think about before life, right? Like what happened before there was life, right? What happened before I was born, before I had an existence, before I had my first very thought, growing up as a baby, or whatnot. I don't know, what were some of your first thoughts growing up, just out of curiosity?
Let's see. First thoughts that I can remember. I don't know. I don't get hurt. I was always a troublemaker when I was younger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, cause yeah, I remember. I think the earliest memory I can remember was when I was 4, and I was sitting on the back of a car bumper,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, so they backed up. I fell off, and I got stuck under the muffler. So that's my earliest. Well, okay, yeah, your face says it a lot. They
I'm,
only
I'm
it
like,
only took me like 3 feet.
I'll be like, that's an early first memory. I know that's terrible. I'll be like, what? But you came out of it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Okay. Mine was like little carpet burn, to be honest. I remember the carpet burn. Like, I don't know if you remember, but I remember as a little baby, I don't know how I remember this, but I'm like, in my head, I know I was like goo goo gaga, but in my head, I'm like, why do I feel all that much burning? I remember thinking it, right? Like, but little baby talk, but I couldn't, like, why am I on the carpet? Because my knees burned, like this, I was just remember being like in little diapers. I remember sometimes my mom like changing my diapers, and I was like, oh man, I remember thinking, oh, it smells terrible. And I remember like, why are you changing my diapers? It was terrible. But my point is this. Oh, memories, the way you remember them, right? So there you go. But smells are important, feeling hurt, like, oh, the pain of something, the taste of something. I remember my first little bits of baby food that I hated. It was like Gerbers. It was or what was it? Gerbers. Yeah, the Gerbers baby food. So my point is this: memories are important, but it's good to sometimes remember. Um, at least you have them, right? And sometimes I think of people that are have died or come before, or after us, or but we all get to move on no matter what. We've lost a lot of people, unfortunately, and sometimes people go, where do they go? How are they? Will I see them again? And the answer is obviously yes. I don't care what you believe or how you believe, but obviously you will see them again. Okay, people, let's talk about some news that's happening in the world, and boy, oh boy, is there a lot of it. Let's bring up this one. Let's see. Oh, okay. Jacob Blake recently says, I was counting down my breaths. Jacob Blake is speaking out about being shot 7 times by a Kenosha police officer last summer and the DA's decision not to file charges in the case. Jacob Blake spoke on Good Morning America for the first time since learning the officer who shot him 7 times would not face any charges. He says, I went limp, and all I remember at that point was kind of leaning back and looking at my boys, and I said, Daddy loves you no matter what. And I thought it was going to be the last thing I say to them. Blake said, thank God it wasn't. Blake said 2 of his children watched as their father was shot repeatedly by a police officer in August of last year. Police never told Blake they had a warrant for his arrest, according to Blake, who also denies ever reaching for a weapon. Blake said when asked on how he he says, I resisted to getting beat on. What I mean by that is not falling, not letting them put their head on my neck. He knew what that would be like. He says, I was counting down my breaths, my blinks. I was like, God, I'm coming. I guess this is it for me. So he says, I've explained, I've broken down to them that daddy can die, but for some reason I didn't that day. Last week, after a months-long investigation, the Kenosha County District Attorney announced there would be no charges filed against the officer who shot Blake, identified by authorities as Officer Rustin Shesky. Prosecutors believe they could not convince a jury Officer Shesky, and there you go. So interesting information. I remember, the man actually that did get the knee on the neck, and that was terrible, Jesse, right?
Yes, I remembered that whole news thing when it happened that day. I was just, my jaw dropped. I was like, how could you do this, especially with all these people watching you? And it's just like those officers had no consideration, or I don't know what was going through their mind. I'd be like, you cannot put your knee on someone's neck for more than a minute.
Yeah.
And it's not right.
Yeah. And again, George Floyd's, memory will be forever remembered. Again, that information, of course, people are thinking about that. And then you have this one that kind of already evidently, knew about it as well. But my point is this. We got to be careful with one another. And again, his thoughts and his memories, I'll tell you, nobody wants to be in those last moments going, this could be it. Nobody. And if you get a second chance moving forward on that, man, appreciate those people that are in your life no matter what. And even those moments where they're like, you've had a bad word or you've had a bad moment with someone, learn to get over and just say, you know what, man, I'm glad you're alive. Let's agree to disagree and let's just keep moving forward. Seriously. All right, people. We're going to take a quick break here on. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm not going to take anything away from this one though. Kenosha, Wisconsin. The information on here says activists have since called for Officer Shesky to be fired, and Blake's family has called the DA's decision a slap in the face. Blake was shot several times in the back on August 23rd. The shooting left him paralyzed from the waist down and led to additional protests, riots, and looting. District Attorney Michael Gravely and his team took nearly 2 hours to contextualize what he called a domestic incident. Gravely described how the mother of Blake's children, Lakeisha Booker, called 911 to report Blake took the keys to a rental car and was planning to take off with the vehicle and their children. He played the audio of that 911 call for the press. At the end of the day, is there going to be justice for this situation? Oddly enough, I don't know. And that begs the question of why is there not more justice in the world? Seriously, there needs to be more justice. So people got to get they're just, and this is just more stupidity than most. So make sure you have justice. Make sure there's right from wrong, and make sure there's, again, a legal versus fiction. Okay, hate fiction, really do. All right, people, we're going to take a quick break here on the morning show. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Who is the Atua Man? Can you imagine exploring spiritual consciousness through an exotic action-adventure story? The Atua Man is masterfully illuminated in this self-discovery novel by John Stevenson. Dive into the page-turning epic hero's journey, weaving together high action with spiritual revelation. Join the Atua Man and his colorful cohorts as they travel through the majestic Hawaii, the hidden mysteries of Polynesia, and the intrigue, starting with the mysterious healing that breeds chaos in London. This journey guides us through the trials of living in the material world, arriving into enlightened consciousness, perhaps glimpse into the fabric of creation. How is the Atua Man affected by the global healing ministry surrounding him? How does he navigate the complexities of love, forgiveness, life and death, wealth and power? Find out in John Stevenson's TheAtuaMan.com, Apple Books, Amazon, Barnes & Noble.
Do you need a car? Been shopping only to be turned down because of bad credit, low credit, no credit, bankruptcy, or divorce? Guess what? Today's your lucky day because now you can buy a car, truck, or SUV, just about any vehicle. It's true. Bad credit doesn't matter. No credit doesn't matter. Bankruptcy or divorce, it just doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, your job is your ticket to your new vehicle. We're Auto Credit Express, and we've helped thousands of people just like you. Antonio H. told us, great company, got me connected, and the day I went in, I drove off in the car I wanted. 100% worth your time. Need a car? Get started now and drive off as early as today. Just go to 12ignoremyscore.com right now. That's www.12ignoremyscore.com. Auto financing the easy way. 12ignoremyscore.com. Get started today. Auto financing the easy way.
Your health truly is the greatest gift. At U-Theory, quality of life is at the heart of every product we make. From farm to shelf, we travel the world to source the purest, most efficacious, and clinically studied ingredients to create science-backed supplements that support beauty, emotional, digestive, and physical well-being. All U-Theory products are manufactured at our Southern California facility, ensuring the highest quality standards every step of the way. As a family-owned company, we celebrate the power of human potential with a mission to inspire wellness in all. Try U-Theory Immune Plus Daily Wellness. 100% daily values of vitamin C, D3, and zinc. Go beyond the you of today and catch the you of tomorrow. U-Theory.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Glad to have each and every one of you with us. Let us know where you're tuning in from, watching. Very important, always important to see where all of our friends are at. And look, a lot of people, of course, wondering literally what comes next. Like it's the next highlight, literally on CNN. What comes next? President Donald Trump has been impeached again, the first leader in U.S. history to be impeached twice by the House. That's according to this information. The question now is whether he'll become the first president to be convicted by the Senate and removed from office. What's the question on that? Wow, lots of information here. Interesting. Because last I remember, again, it was he going to be impeached at all? So I got a lot of questions that need to be answered. And question, Jesse, look, in life, there are so many different things happening. My question is for you, what do you think is going to happen with the next situation with who's going to be the next president?
Well, hopefully when Joe Biden steps in and becomes president, hopefully nothing goes wrong.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, just a lot of anger for some of these people. They're like, oh, we're going to do armed protests, blah, blah, blah. So I hope that he's safe and they're taking a lot of precautions.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully everything turns out fine. I mean, people just need to learn to calm down. Everyone's just so on edge and angry.
Yeah, I see how they're reading this. Okay, Trump's been impeached again. Okay, I was a little confused there because I'm like, impeached? Like, well, impeached means like you actually go through the impeach process, right? So, but okay, so they want to impeach.
They voted to impeach him, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly. The question is whether he'll become the first president to be convicted by the Senate and removed from office. The House introduces and passes the articles of impeachment, but the Senate is where the person being impeached faces a trial and potential punishment. What does the Constitution say about the Senate's role? Not much. The passage is straightforward. Here it is. The Senate shall have the sole power to try all impeachments. When sitting for that purpose, they shall be on oath or affirmation. When the President of the United States is tried, the Chief Justice shall preside, and no person shall be convicted without the concurrence of 2/3 of the members present. The Senate has a set of rules first created around the impeachment of Andrew Johnson back in 1868, and updated in 1986. Senators took an oath before the proceedings. There's a call to order each day. The Chief Justice has specific duties. There are set time limits for arguments and rebuttals, and all questions from senators for the House and Trump attorneys must be submitted in writing and read by the Chief Justice. When will it get started? It's not entirely clear. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell indicated before the vote that he will not bring senators back until the last day of Trump's team, January 19th at the earliest. Can the trial be conducted in a day? No. It'll take some days or 7, even weeks for the group of House lawmakers who will make the case against Trump and his lawyers to answer. So trial cannot practically happen until after President-elect Joe Biden is inaugurated on January 20th. Trump, will he be out of office before the Senate trial ends? According to this, yes, the senators will vote on impeaching a former president. What's the point of holding an impeachment trial? Well, a lot of things. But we're going to let that just be a thing. It's a question. I'm going to go ahead and post this on social media. You can find it at Aaron Michael Sanchez right there. I don't want to go through the whole process because that's kind of boring. And will it go through all the way? I have a feeling, I don't know, something's going to hold it up, but we'll see. I'm open to see what happens in the coming days with this. What are your feelings, Jesse?
About the impeachment trial or just everything in general?
Yeah, everything in general.
Honestly, everything is surprising me every day. Like, I would have never imagined people trying to break into the Capitol building.
Yeah.
So, 2021 is the year of mystery. So let's find out. Hopefully, we'll take it one day at a time, and hopefully, we won't have a bunch of people freak out.
Thank you. That's exactly what I like to hear. That's the reality we got to remember. Do not freak out no matter what happens, because we're all moving forward. Seriously. All right, people. I'll appreciate you, love you, and let's take a quick little break right here. Right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Top Line Industrial Supply, your destination for industrial tools and supplies. We make hoses while you wait, hydraulic, air, water, and custom brake lines. Take advantage of our large selection of fasteners from grade 5 to grade F911 and a full line of stainless steel bolts. Our no-cost outside shop service keeps you stocked at no extra charge. Come by one of our 2 convenient locations in Beaumont and Temecula and visit top-lineindustrial.com. At Top Line Industrial, we don't just sell products, we sell solutions.
The Fat Greek in Yucaipa, where you can get authentic, delicious, true Greek food. Authentic gyros, Greek salads, pitas, falafel, hamburgers, burritos, and oh yes, baklava. The Fat Greek has a large selection of wines, ice-cold domestic, and imported Greek beers. Come on down to the Fat Greek located on Yucaipa Boulevard in the city of Yucaipa. Open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. The Fat Greek has delivery, drive-through, sit-down, and a catering service. So bring in a family or give Nicholas and Christopher a call at 909-797-6018. Eat Greek, live long. Remember, if you want authentic Greek food, it's the Fat Greek in Yucaipa.
When you want the best performance for your vehicle, think only of Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, right off the I-10 and 60 freeways. Check out Scott's complete list of performance products on their website at hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers can recommend ways for your car or truck to get better gas mileage and cut down on emissions. Need your car or truck to pass smog only? Go to Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont. Find out all of your questions on vehicle performance by logging on to hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont. hdrinfo.com.
64% of homes are underinsured, and approximately 1 in 8 drivers are underinsured. Whether it's unexpected broken windows from neighborhood kids playing or the fender bender that your new teen driver just got in. At Little & Sons Insurance Services, they work hard to make sure you have the proper coverage to protect you and your loved ones from life's unexpected perils. Make sure you have the protection you need by working with your local independent insurance agent at Little & Sons Insurance Services. Call 1-844-9-LITTLE. That's 1-844-9-LITTLE or online at little, the letter N, sons.com. That's littleandsons.com. Standard time is here. That means shorter days and cooler nights that make you want to stay inside. Don't get caught in the cold. Franklin Mechanical Systems can do a preventative maintenance check on your heating unit to get it working right. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems, for all your residential and commercial heating and air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000, and stay warm today.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. So glad to have you with us. Of course, many of you are wondering, how can you listen to the morning show? There's a lot of ways, right, Jesse? Can you pull out a few?
Yes, you can go to Facebook to search Aaron Michael Sanchez or Aaron Sanchez. He's got a bunch of clones. So we're not quite sure which one's the real Aaron. So this could be his twin brother. We don't know. Go to KMET 1490, they're our app, or you can go onto our website, and we have a way to listen on there as well.
I appreciate you saying that, Jesse.
1,000 more, I can't remember.
It's okay. It's all right. Here, I'll give you a couple. I'm going to go to the website, which you are all available to go to, KMET1490am.com. And again, we're also on 98.1 FM. So tune into that one too, because FM is amazing as well as AM. Sometimes we say KMET 1490 AM, but 98.1 FM is also there if you're in our listening area. So some people like to listen to FM and they go, oh, what? You can do AM and FM? I know. People are amazed by that. It's cool. And then also on social media, again, as Jesse said, make sure to follow me. Make sure to look for the official check mark. That's me, 100% official. Facebook even knows that, right? Because I identified with that a long time ago. So there you go. And you'll find all the information right there at your fingertips. Okay. Don't forget Alexa. Alexa's awesome. I do like Alexa. There's Periscope TV, although I don't know, is that going to go away? Who knows? But I do know this. There are so many things happening in the world. The question is, what goes on next? I have no idea. I really don't, because each day is just like a whole mystery. But I do know whatever happens, we're going to make sure we move forward together. Okay. Unemployment fraud crackdown is disaster for some with real claims, according to some. Let's see, coronavirus crisis. I'm just naming a few things that are happening. Let's see. No, that's a repeat. There's more. This news is all over the place. I don't know what's going on here. Well, I'm going to take a quick little break to resurface on some of this news, because I think this news is very important, but the news is literally everywhere. So we'll take a quick little break right here, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
When it comes to health and well-being, cellular hydration is the key. You could say that hydration is the key to every wellness program. And structured water in its natural state, is the key to cellular hydration. Most of the water available to us has been processed for purity, safety, and convenience. But processing causes water to lose its natural hexagonal structure, with unfortunate effects for our bodies. Now you can take your personal hydration to a whole new level with the glassware that restructures water in just 3 minutes. Golden Ratio Products brings you these amazing water bottles, carafes, and drinking glasses, which put the life back into the water you drink. Try it, and you'll be amazed at the effects you feel in your body. Go to goldenratioproducts.com for the next phase of your water consciousness.
For generations, alligators have weathered nature, biological threats, and predators. How do they do this? The answer is in their uncanny DNA. Alligators have one of the strongest immune systems in the animal kingdom. Their fat cells contain the essential oils needed to fight off deadly infection and rejuvenate skin. How can you benefit from the alligator's amazing rejuvenating powers? Cayman oil. Cayman oil is the revitalizing and healing power of the alligator in a bottle. Cayman oil is carefully purified and refined with an added hint of vitamin E and lavender to better harness the alligator's ability to heal worn and damaged skin. Treat dry skin, infections, cuts, burns, scarring, eczema, rashes, muscle and joint pain, and more. Even athlete's foot. It's clinically proven to kill the flesh-eating bacteria MRSA. This really works. We guarantee it or your money back. Go to mycaiman.com. MyCaimon.com. That's mycaiman.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the tax relief hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control, and in many cases, get the breathing room you need. Garnished wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call the Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM, joining our live audience there. Again, wherever they're tuning in from, we appreciate you. Just remember, sharing is caring. I appreciate you whenever you do share, you retweet, Twitter, Periscope TV, and the like. Also on Facebook, it's easy. Just find the video, share it to your friends, and keep moving the information along. We are here to help you out, of course. No matter where you're at in life. So, okay, lots of things, of course, happening. We want to know how you're dealing with the whole debacle. I love what Stephanie Reed says from Cleveland, Ohio. Says, I think we all need to remain calm and watch Gilmore Girls on Up TV. I didn't even know that was. That's good. You know what? Gilmore Girls is a thing. I haven't. Have you watched any of Gilmore Girls?
No, I have never seen Gilmore Girls ever.
Yeah, I mean, me neither. And Up TV, that's an interesting one too. I know there's Direct TV, there's Dish Network, but I wonder what's going on with those. Let's see. There's so many new apps that you can watch, right? There's, I think they have Sling. They have, how many different apps do they? What do you watch your TV on, Jesse?
I watch my TV on. I have a Fire TV, so I have a bunch of apps that I watch. I have Amazon Prime. Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu. I actually do have Sling. My mom signed up for Sling.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because she was complaining. She was like, I want real TV or something. Like, I want to be able to change the channel. I'll be like,
you're like, but
I'd be like, I'm just gonna sign back up for cable. I'll be like, so you're gonna spend another $150 just so you can flip the channel. I'm like, don't do that. I'll be like, I'll just sign you up for Sling. Try it out. If you like it, it's okay. You'll enjoy it.
I hear you, buddy. I hear you. Okay, let me look. Let's see here. I'm pulling up some of the information here. Okay, but I appreciate her. And you know what? Sometimes you do have to watch some shows that kind of make you feel good, just kind of pass the time. You know what I mean? I still can't wait for movie theaters to come back. And I always tell people, focus on the forward, no matter what. Even if coronavirus happens for a couple of months or a few months, or, you know, you still can get out and live. And because of that, don't be afraid to live, okay? Algenia says, good morning. Just tuning in, moving forward for the better with or without the haters. We are all going to the Super Bowl. We do it God's way. Keep smiling. Be happy. I like that. Keep moving forward. Exactly. Let's see. Mario says, every time you say Alexa, it goes off. It plays the morning show. Awesome. We need the more. Look, ratings are good. We appreciate ratings. Let's see. Mario says, I use Roku and Fire Stick. I like Philo better than Sling myself. Oh, very interesting. Yeah, Roku. I actually have Roku as well. And let's see. Roku at first, when I remember it coming out, I was like, that's not going to do that well. And it exploded overnight once they got into the cable areas. So I was happy to see that. But okay, people, let's see. We've got other things that are happening in the world like this. COVID still existing. You still got to be careful going out, obviously. When you go out, use a face mask, pretty obvious. But this is interesting news on the, hold on, I had it here. Where's it at? On COVID cases in LA. Of course, LA, you have to be very careful. Most COVID-19 workplace outbreaks in LA County, according to this, are Let's see. Let me go here. LA County has listed workplaces that have reported outbreaks of 3 or more COVID-19 cases at their website. Okay, you can find it at publicchealth.lacounty.gov. You can find it right there, and you can find all the information there. But this is the latest, according to ABC LA. The LA County has been seeing a sharp increase in COVID-19 outbreaks at workplaces like grocery stores, factories, as the virus continues to surge throughout the region. County health officials say the number of workplace outbreaks reported has increased about 5-fold in just a month, from about 9 per week to 44 per week currently. Those workplaces include retail stores, factories, supermarkets, and other general workplaces, not including healthcare and residential facilities, schools, and homeless shelters. The county is defining outbreaks in their data sets as locations which have seen 3 or more laboratory confirmed COVID-19 cases. The new map based on county data shows which communities have the highest concentration of workplace outbreaks. Areas such as Vernon, the city of industry, and Carson are all among the very top. You've got, of course, this map, and let me see if I can bring it up for the rest of you who are tuning in on Facebook. Again, if you're tuning in on the radio, it's very simple. Just find us online. You could follow our live audience as well. Again, 1490 AM is where it's at, and you can also do online as well. But also, again, if you have FM and you're in the FM 98.1 FM. All right, so there's that as well. And but here's the map. I'm going to show it to the rest of the audience. And the highest cluster is obviously in LA, right? Orange, this actually, this is an interesting one. It's all primarily in the LA area. And it, for some reason, stops right here at the 50s. Is that the 57? I don't know. But it's interesting how it clumps up only in certain areas. But I'm going to show you this to you anyway. Why would they not think about all the other ones? Because it's like it's in other areas as well. Oh, I know why. Okay, but here I'm going to share the screen here so you guys can all see it for what it is. Here it is. That way, because sometimes I got haters and people are like, "No, it doesn't exist." I'm like, "Well, it's what I see." So here we go for you all to see there. Okay, do you guys see that? All right, do you see that, Jesse? You have to see on the live feed. It's okay.
I'm watching it now.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, so see all those. That's what I see it right there, and that is ABC 7. Okay, again, for you guys tuning in, that is, you could go there all the time. ABC 7 LA. Very interesting information there. So you see all the ones that come up, and again, this is for LA County only. Well, they got to think about Orange County. They got to think about Irvine, Riverside, San Bernardino, Hesperia. Oh, look, Victorville's not even on the map there. And it needs to be, because I love Victorville. Lancaster, Palmdale, Santa Clarita, Oxnard, Santa Paula, Santa Barbara. So I don't know why they're just focusing on LA. Maybe it's just because it's ABC LA. But you got to focus on everybody else here. That's ridiculous. Okay, hold on. Let me
that's where the giant massive cluster is,
Yeah,
LA's pretty big. You have all those people massed together.
Yeah, but let's show the world the way it is, okay, for a minute. Because right, you got Russia, you got Asia, because we can't forget about all the clusters and all of our other, because I don't know how many friends you have around the world, but there's a lot, right?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've traveled anytime soon, but you want to be able to travel. My thinking of moving forward is being able to travel around the world, right? For the people that thought it was flat, I seriously got to tell you, that's a map. Maybe the ones that just saw it like they saw it flat, they forgot to look at it as a globe, right? So my point is this: look where we're at, United States of America. How tiny we're so tiny on a big Earth, on a big world. The question at the end of the day is, we're a microcosm on a very large planet, in a very large galaxy, in a very large galaxy of galaxies, of universes that are huge, right? But look at this tiny little section right here. Okay, so my point is this. Be careful in any one of these areas. At least they're actually, saying who's, where, what, and how. But seriously, they always leave Victorville off. Why? I don't know. Hesperia off. San Bernardino off, Riverside off. Seriously, you got to think about that. Irvine, I love Orange County. Barstow, Palm Springs, all these areas. I've been to Las Vegas. When's the last time you've been outside of California, Jesse?
Let's see. Last time, I believe it was when I went to Vegas. What year is it? 21. I can't even remember anymore.
That's
I think
right.
it was 2017.
Yeah, just your last like, or you do like a road trip, right? I love, because I have friends, pretty much that tune in. Like, okay, we've got people from. Tell us where you're at, and we'll show you the map here, just to be, again. Let's see here. So there's the map. There it is, and where are you at on the map, right? We need like a map that shows. They used to have that. It was a map when you were visiting, and it would show you popped up like where the listeners were at, and then it would show your location.
Oh.
We need more of that. Do you remember that?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that was a thing. Whoops, sorry. Okay, so I'm just showing again. You got to go to my official page and/or on Twitter. Aaron M. Sanchez. There's only one. And/or on Facebook. There's only one. It's the blue check mark. And you know who I am, obviously. So I appreciate what you said, Jesse, because there are clones out there that seriously try to emulate who we are, and there's only, honestly, us. So there you go. All right. Let's see. Let's move on forward. Let's go ahead and take a break. But there you go. Don't forget about the rest. Oh, I do want to say something before I say that, though. Don't forget about the rest of the world. Something that you said something earlier, Jesse. Very important. I think people get so isolated, they get a little too isolated. And what I mean by that is, don't forget that wherever you are on the world's map, we're all interconnected. Sure, some of us can't travel out of certain territories, but then there's others going and taking an air flight somewhere, they're traveling somewhere. And although you got to do so safely, again, thank God we have a world, right, Jesse?
Right, exactly. Like, we could have nuked ourselves out of this planet like 60 years ago. I'm just glad we didn't.
Exactly. And even if we did, we're still here. You know what I mean? So my point is this, which we have. Look, obviously Tokyo, right? Japan and other areas are hating the fact that there was a nuclear bomb used, right? The reality is, then you get Godzilla and you get other things, of course, right? But of course, thank God that's only, at least for, the world, a fantasy on TV. But, and my point is this, here you have a world that we can visit and you can go. I have friends in Russia. I've got friends in Australia. I got people from Australia that know other people. We're all interconnected, literally. What did they say? 6 degrees of separation of Kevin Bacon?
I believe it's that, yes.
Yeah. And some of us, maybe it's not, as much, 6 degrees, maybe it's 2 degrees of separation, a person that knows a person that knows a person. Sometimes you go, how do you know that person? Oh, I've known them. I grew up with them. You're like, what? No way. Or, oh yeah, I helped them out. And what? You helped them out? No way. There's situations that just bring us together. The more you do good, the better things are for everyone. Don't forget that ever, Jesse. Okay. Do more good, be good. And hopefully you'll be remembered down the line. Do you ever remember the movie? It's an interesting movie. Did you ever see Training Day?
Training Day, yes. Denzel Washington
and Ethan Hawke, right? And Ethan Hawke, again, fantastic guy. I love that guy. Denzel Washington, amazing as well. But both of those, again, there's a moment, and all the actors, I love all the actors. A couple of them we met in person, and the reality is they actually have a moment. For those of you that haven't seen it, I'm just going to say it, where sometimes the smallest bit of good you do can come around full circle, and somebody goes, oh, no, I remember you. And all of a sudden they go, really? And they go, no, but that's you. Because sometimes people impersonate others, right? There's impersonators all the time.
Yep. Okay, I remember the movie now. I think I know what scene you're talking about.
I just don't want to give it away, but has everybody seen it? But there's a moment where it's almost his life is over, right? Yeah. And he's like, no. I'm just going to say it, the bathtub scene. We all know that. And he's like, wait, come on. Look. Show it to me. Go. Hey, remember? Do you remember? I don't want to give the whole thing away. And he's like, hey, come on, show it to me. Oh, so what does he look like? Huh? Remember that?
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, and if you have seen it, you got to go see that again. I showed that to my mom, and she was like, because it's violent. But my mom, but I had to kind of like preface and make sure to I'm like, Mom, Denzel Washington isn't this way, but but he sure knows how to be this way when it comes down to it. And he did such a great role. Ethan Hawke, fantastic role on there. And again, I always think of those little things because sometimes in life, you never know when it comes down to it. All of a sudden you go, hey, yo, Nessie, so what does he look like? And then all that moment for Ethan Hawke was, I might be able to live again.
Right.
Right. But if you guys don't talk and you don't share, remember, because the girl that was like, well, no. I went to school. He's like, oh, no. Be real with me. Remember that? Love that. Yeah. Every scene of it. And that actor, I love him too. Boy, oh boy. In so many ways. Okay. I hope one day I get to meet him too. There's so many actors. Okay. Question of the day, Jesse. Very important.
Okay.
Think of 5 actors that you wish you could meet that are still here today and or of yesteryear. Because I'll tell you, Sean Connery, boy, Sean Connery. Look, Harrison Ford, who's still living, but Sean Connery, Indiana Jones, go watch that. Amazing. Back to the Future, Michael J. Fox, still very much alive, fighting Parkinson's disease. But boy, oh boy, that guy, huge, amazing man. Superman, Clark Kent. Look, as much as Christopher Reeves had to die the way he had to die, he inspired so many. I'm thinking of like 20 billion ones that I want to say right now, but you say a few of your own, Jesse.
Let's see. My favorite actors who I would love to meet. One would be Bruce Campbell. I've loved him for so long. Let's see who else would be. Carl Urban. He's awesome. He was in the Judge Dredd movie. I don't know if you know who Tilda Swinton is.
Not really.
Have you ever seen the movie Doctor Strange?
Yeah, but I don't know the names of the people.
Okay, well, she plays as the Ancient One. She's the one that. Yes.
With the blonde, but
bald head.
Yeah, she's usually she does so many cool characters.
She does so many amazing roles, and it's just she's an amazing actress. Let's see who else would I would like to see.
Robert Downey Jr.
Oh yeah, that's a given.
I'm thinking obviously, because I'm thinking of all now the Avengers and all the actors, and I love the actors and I love the reality of the actors because no matter what they're going on in life, at least they can act, right? Very important. Sandra Bullock, obviously, love that lady. I've had, and I'm just throwing this out there, I've had a crush on her forever. If I ever got a chance to meet her in person, I think I'd be like, but you never want to be that person when you meet them in person. Do you know what I mean?
Right, because there are always times where, if I meet a celebrity, will I be able to actually say something, or will I just go, "Hi, hello, my name's Messi." I mean, wait. Wait,
what? No, say it the right way. Okay, just look. Let's just throw something out there. Okay, on-screen romances, right? They exist for all of us, right? Mm-hmm. And there's just something about Sandra Bullock that there's ever since While You Were Sleeping was out. Okay. That's for me. Okay. And if I had met her, and I almost met her a couple of times, by the way, seriously. And I was like, man, if I could just meet her one day. But for some reason our paths always crossed. Never. But I wanted it to cross every single time, but, or literally they crossed. And then, unless she saw me and I was like, but I didn't know her, but sometimes you have moments like that where you're like, okay, but if you had a future crush or like with the lady, okay, look, you're on screen one, you have a few, right? That you're like, oh, right. Come on, go ahead and say them.
I only have one actor crush, and I already told Casey, I'd be like, I don't know if I meet her, but it is Haley Atwell. I don't know if you know who that is. She plays as Agent Carter on the Captain America movies. I don't know.
Oh, Haley Atwell. Yeah.
Like her presence. It's just she's an amazing actress.
Got it. Okay. All right. I haven't. Yeah. There's Tom Cruise, there's Chris Evans, there's Vanessa Kirby, Sebastian Stan, Dominic Cooper, who are all in that. Yeah, very interesting. Exactly. So, I'm just saying. But there you go. All right, people. So look, you might, say a couple of yours, and who knows? You never. Oh, I didn't know I was showing that. Sorry. So there you go. Look. Let's see. Yeah. say really quick which ones you really enjoy. We might even be able to get them on the morning show. You never know. I'm thinking George Lopez. We got people that know George Lopez. I think let's get George Lopez on the show. Emilio Rivera, got to have him back. We've got, let's see. We never, yeah, well. So tell us who you'd like to see, and we might be able to get out to them. You never know, because a person knows a person knows a person. Go ahead, Jesse.
Emilio Estevez.
You want Emilio Estevez? Okay, all right.
That would be awesome, considering that I believe they're going to be making a new Mighty Ducks series. So you never know.
You know, I tried to get him on the show one time, and somehow something fell through. Okay, you know what? Or maybe it was somebody from the Mighty Ducks. I can't remember. There's so many different opportunities. We'll get more entertainers on the show for sure. Okay, we'll be right back more after these messages. Stay tuned.
It's the end of the show.
Oh, you can stay with us.
I got the Vince Daniels to do.
Okay, do what you got to do. Thanks.
Yep. Talk to you tomorrow.
Goodbye. All right, for those of you still tuning in, I appreciate you. Don't forget, again, we are all very much interconnected. Sorry, I left that map up there for you guys. So there you go. But let's look at the map again. Sometimes people go, why I leave certain things on certain ones. Again, I've got multiple. Let's see. So there you go. There it is. All right. Oh, here we go. Angela says, Sean Penn, he is such a humanitarian. Right? Thank you. Exactly. Let's see. Algenia says, Clark, Batman, John Wayne, Hepburn, Superman, My Girl, Julia Roberts, Richard Gere. I'm thinking of even actors of yesteryear, you know. I'm thinking of, you know, Clark Gable was always a cool one as well. There's so many different ones of yesteryear that, you know, although they may not be here any you know, now, of course they were, right? You know, and that's so important for people to remember. You know, I'm thinking of singers, of rock stars, you know, there's like, you know, Eddie Van Halen, you know, let's not forget about that. You know, there's other ones. There's so many that I always say, in reality, thank God we're all alive, and thank God we all care about life. There are some things that we, you know, take for granted. You know, I got to imagine, you know, back to people that matter in our lives. Sometimes, you know, it's important to remember life is worth living. And it's so important to remember, don't be the guy that's going to cause everybody to just like be gone or, you know, have a fake reality or live another life in a weird way. Because you really want your own original memories, right? You want your own original memories. And always remember, original memories are very important, because they're yours and nobody can take them away from you. Nobody. All right, people, I love you. Make it a great day. Whatever you do, remember, life is worth living. Live it well. Bye, everyone.